Hello there, everybody. Ronan here, this year's commentator. The live stream has started here on YouTube, and the parade itself starts in 5 minutes. But like the old American folk song, she'll be coming around the corner after that. So this is the best time just to ask people, send in their requests at hashtag Cork St. Patrick's Street Fest on Twitter or Facebook, etc. We're monitoring all those accounts. You can also put them in the YouTube chat window. And just a little reminder, you need to subscribe to the channel to be able to comment. I'll be taking requests as we go and talk to you in a few minutes. So we have started the festival. You can probably hear them through the mics already as I speak. And the first people we have coming our way are the Defence Forces and the Army Band. Separate, of course, but so leading what you can see right now is the Blood Bikes. They were last year's Grand Marshal, and they're clearing the route as we can see them right now. They're based up in Finbar's Hospital, but they cover all of Munster, and they go up as far as Junction 8 up in Dublin. They're a charity. They all provide their services completely voluntarily, and they move all manner of medical materials on an out-of-hours basis. It is obviously completely life-changing stuff that they do, and want to thank them all, one and all. Today's parade, as I am sure you have seen on the different social media and PR so far, is involving over 3,500 participants, which is an incredible combination. The Deirdre Ford, this year's Lord Mayor, is up there on the bandstand, and we'll be seeing her later. And it is of course St. Patrick's Day today, which is our nation's national holiday, and we're delighted to celebrate it here in Cork City. As you can see, people on the streets, but also to people listening and tuning in. The theme of this year's parade is A Century of Stories. It's been a long 100 years, and one Cork person can probably tell you a story for 100 years, so it's going to be a long day of celebrating everything that Ireland represents to everyone else, but also as we still come out of that rough two years where we weren't allowed to meet much. So it's delightful that we can see a full street again. It's been a decade of centenaries since 2014-15. I'm not going to be here giving you a history lesson, despite the fact that I'm at the top floor of Cork City Library, surrounded by loads of history books, and what makes them most tempting is they all have post-it notes of obviously something different scholars have looked into. I wonder if I could turn it into a very highbrow table quiz. We have all manner of people involved in this year's festival. People who are new to the parish, as they say, people very old from the parish, people from the north side, south side, middle, everywhere. It's a delight to see them all involved. We'll be seeing them coming around the corner soon, but we've also been getting plenty of requests in and shout outs. I'm going to be doing them in no particular order, except sort of in order if they come in, but some of them will obviously be specific. We've a lot of people over from the States this year. We've 2 or 3 different groups, and the marching band the Gators from Florida are well represented on the YouTube comments as well. So hello to Rhonda and hello to Heather Jackson over there as well. Christopher Calvo. I'm guessing it's quite early over there. It's either very early or you're still out from the 16th of March. Let us know which version of events I'm correctly telling you about. And you can get us on Facebook and Twitter as well. Here we have a one-man float there coming up. The of the Gardaí in their bikes. And coming up next will be the Defence Forces, followed by the Lord Mayor and a group. One thing you can see in the far distance there, I'm going to just give you a close-up view, is a brand new mural that was done quite recently just there on the quay. So it's a delight that as the parade comes around we see a nice fresh mural for people to be focusing on. So hashtag Cork St. Patrick's Fest will get us on Twitter and on Facebook, and you can go to the YouTube chat itself to put in your comments, and a reminder, you need to be subscribed for 5 minutes to our account before your comments can go live. Thank you. So this is Ronan from Cork here. I'll give you a little bit of bio about myself. I'm a entertainer, journalist and tour guide of Cork City. So I bring three different hats that I hopefully will keep me dry today and entertaining the lot of you for the parade. Now this is St. Patrick's Day, of course, but St. Patrick's Festival goes on for quite a few days more, up till the 19th. If you check our website, you'll see what events are on, both music indoors, perhaps more for grown-ups, but plenty of stuff on outdoors as well. I'll be telling you about some of them over the next 2 hours. But Cork St. Patrick's Festival.ie is the place to go to hear, or to see those things. There's like an outdoor market, for instance, in Nannaneagle Place tomorrow and Sunday. The ball run that I always quite enjoy is on Sunday as well at 2 p.m. I'll mention that later as well. But I recommend going to the website. You can download the brochure. There's music. There's 7 different trad sessions on around the city today as well. I want to give a shout out. Now, we have a little issue where, of course, everybody is convinced that their kids are the best kids ever. Obviously, I can speak with authority that my kid is the best kid ever, but we're going to have to agree that everyone is joint best today, and I will happily give everyone a shout out on that respect. So this comes from Nick French Davis. Hello there to Minna, Maeve and Art, who are watching from home. I hope you're having a brilliant time back there, lads. I know not everyone is in the greatest of health, but hopefully we're full of mirth. So there we see Deirdre Ford, our Lord Mayor, who is leading the parade there. The car is crossing the line there, but I think they'll get away with it for the day. You're allowed drive in the middle on days like this. You are going to hear me fluffing some paper around, but that proves that it's live. The Councillor Deirdre Ford there leading it all in her vehicle, and now you can just hear, coming around the corner, some music that's certainly going to be louder than me, and I'm not going to try and talk over it. While we just wait for him to come around the corner, back to YouTube with the Grand View High School Marching Band getting a shout out as well. I don't want to give any spoilers, they're not here straight away, but I do want to say thanks very much for all the requests. So here we are, the Irish Defence Forces Colour Party coming across the way there now. Carried today by Captain Noel McCarthy of the 1st Brigade Artillery Regiment, and escorted by Corporal Patrick Fingleton and Corporal James Morrissey from the same regiment. Big shout out there for Harry Doherty, who is walking with the karate group with his sister Olivia, watching him from with his mum Kim and dad Anthony. That comes from Elizabeth Doherty. We also have the band of the 1st Brigade coming across our way as well, led by Ben Jacob. They're based up, Captain Ben Jacob, excuse me. They're based up in the Collins Barracks, close enough to where I'm from, so when the wind is in the right direction I get to hear them rehearsing. They're all graduates in music and full-time in the Defence Forces as well. You might have seen them in City Hall at the mass bands concerts and various other public events like Fitzgerald Park, etc. We also are seeing the Mowag Piranha cavalry reconnaissance vehicle. Been deployed both in Syria and Lebanon in recent years. So they're not here just yet, but the Gator PR Blitz continues in the YouTube comments. So we have the Heather Jackson giving them a shout out. We were mentioning her earlier, and Joe Kern insists that it never rains on the Gator band, and I hope you're right. But here we go. Is the Sanctuary Runners. There you can see them right now. They began 5 years ago in Cork, and it's a worthy reflection of Cork's welcoming nature. It started through running, but now of course swimming takes quite an involvement as well, and it leads migrants, asylum seekers and refugees all together. Solidarity, friendship, respect are all welcome, and the reason I said request there is that's a key word for me today. Keep them coming in. There's over 100 members of Sanctuary Runners representing countries from all over the world here this evening. They're moving a little bit slower than you'd normally see them, but they are our Grand Marshal group for this evening, or sorry, this afternoon, and we're delighted to have them. And here we go. We've the University of Florida here, the Gator Band. Delighted to have them. You'll hear them as much as you see them. They're the pride of the sunshine. They're keeping the rain away, says Joe Kern. Marie Hill Music as well says Go Gators. Thanks for the live feed. You're more than welcome. Brendan McKinney as well. Heather Jackson has roots from the Sullivan clan, and one of their most recent roots is marching in the Florida Gator Band today, plus drumline, bass one. So it's about 9:15 over there in Florida. So I hope you're all enjoying a cup of joe, maybe some sausages or whatever else you have there, waffles. Brendan McKinney saying hello to the Gator Band and Michelle. I'm just going to stop talking for a second so you can hear them play. Chris Ryder saying hello as well, all the way from Florida. Maretza de Jesus, Lalita Garofalo, excuse me, Michael E. Burton as well, Angie White. Delightful to have you all staying with us. I hope for the rest of the parade, see what you're all going to miss and what we can catch up with when you do visit Cork yourselves. great work there from the University of Florida Gator Marching Band. They were at the London Olympics, the Super Bowl, the opening at Disney World, and even on American Idol. And there's no idle Americans there. They're all full of energy, and fair play to them. Next up is Mayfield GAA, 1893. Up there on the Kerry Road is their clubhouse. Over 200 members. They do hurling, Gaelic football and ladies football. Last year was a great year for the under-10s. They won the Mossy Walsh Shield. The under-13s were the hurling league winners. Under-14, the football championship winners. And they also, out of 200 clubs, came first place in the Every Steps Count challenge from Irish Life. And Miles Gaffney, who I know is a musician, he wrote a song with them. So the GAA club have their own song. So Obalia na Vucht came out. It's well worth a look up on YouTube or wherever you get your music. The Gators are still getting quite a YouTube buzz, but I'm going to keep saying for everyone else as well. So here we have the Trish McCarthy School of Modern Dance. Girls and boys of all ages are welcome, and they teach a variety including hip-hop, theatre craft, contemporary and freestyle. And they do shows throughout the year, summer camps, pantos as well. You might be able to hear them what they're dancing to, which is I Feel Better When I'm Dancing, the Megan Trainor song. And I'm sure they would like to thank all their trainers. The parade today, we've about 100 participants from the age of just 12 months to 18 years old. Fair play to all of them. Next up we have the Together for Ukraine group. I'd like to take this moment to welcome in particular Anatola Shipchek, a 74-year-old Ukrainian. He's at his first parade in Cork. We have Alla and Nikolai, which is from Kate, Lucas, NASA, Steve and Christiana, and the Ukrainian community, great addition to Cork. Members of Together Razim are carrying flower hearts and a banner to thank the Irish people for their support. And we have a choir there as well, of course, Kalina. And the Together Razim Centre provides support and various services to Polish and Eastern European migrants, and they're represented there with some volunteers who've been helping the thousands of Ukrainians who have been coming into the city. And as Brendan McKinney said in the comments, we stand with Ukraine, and in today's parade we're not just standing with them, we're marching with them. And luckily the sun has come out. The naysayers and those weather experts got it wrong, and I'm delighted to be able to say that. We have a few other requests. Jennifer asked me to say hello to Julie, Sarah and Lee Dempsey. I think they are coming over from Glanmire direction. Apologies if I've got that wrong. And Valerie Cliff asked to say hello to Rick Zentfeld, who is over from the Netherlands, who's over for his first parade in Cork, and I hope we are not just sating your expectations but exceeding them. Now here we go, Father Matthews Basketball Club here, brilliant. They've 22 underage teams, local and national level. They, as they say themselves, they grew from humble beginnings, but now they have their own purpose for basketball fit purpose location out in the Cork's Model Farm Roads. They have teams in the under 20 men's division, Division 1, Division 2, Premier Ladies, Men's National League and Women's Super League. So that's quite the combination there playing. I had a few points written out for them, and a total of 3 pointers were made there. So once again, thank you for the people who are thanking us for letting the Gators. We're welcoming. We're delighted to have them. They brought some Florida sunshine. Thank you very much. Anne Coons and Kathleen Kilpatrick were also viewing in for the Gators, but keep the comments in as you go for the rest of the day. We'll be here for an hour or two. So there's a few more of the basketball crew. There we go with moving target, but I'd reckon some of the Father Matthews guys would still be able to hit it. I'm 6'2", and I'm sure I could slam dunk that that hoop, as they say. So if you are, even if you're just watching at home, it'd be lovely if you could tag us, hashtag Cork St. Patrick's Fest on the Twitter or Instagram. I'm even trying the old TikTok myself, but I can't be sure I'll be able to catch everything. I'm a bit of an old fogey when it comes to that, but I'm trying. James Phillips, nice job. Gators, Chris Anderson as well. Andrea Williams, thanks very much for all tuning in. Carla King. We have a lot of people in the comments who are sort of ahead of the programme, if you will. We've Akos Barroso, who is wishing a great St. Patrick's Day to all the Irish people from the Hungarians living in Cork. We will be chatting about you later in a while. Now we have our first happy birthday of the day, which is going out to Patricia Murphy. Lots of love from her husband Richard and all the gang, Niamh, Kevin, Fionn, Breffney, Dave and Abby. But the more importantly is her four-legged friends Spud and Bean, which is obviously a great combination, and I should have carved up before my next 2 hours of talking. But Lála Féile Podrick, this happy birthday all the way there to Patricia. Next up is we've the Joan Denise Moriarty School of Dance, proud to be Cork's oldest dance school. Students start there from the age of 3, studying ballet, tap dance, modern dance, Latin and musical theatre. They recently won a Youth and Community Award in the Cork Learning City Awards in a recognition of their contribution to lifelong learning in Cork. This is probably a good time to mention that the Lifetime Learning Festival is running from the 27th of March until the 2nd of April. This year, all the information is online, but you can also see it in the catalogue in the Cork City Library and all over the city. You might see the younger students of the Joan Denise School of Dance wearing beautiful white tutus that have been customised with green and gold trim to reflect our flag and the colours of the country. Next up is the Cork Environmental Forum, which made up several groups. They've been active since 1995, but Sustainable Development Goals is the name of the game. They are sustainable travel, for instance, is represented by the Cork Community Bikes, the Republic of Bike and the Transport Mobility Forum. It reminds me, obviously it's a day of celebration, but it's always good to mark friends of the city, and there was quite a remarkable chap, Ian Stevenson, who would have been quite involved with issues in keeping with the Cork Environmental Forum. So I'd just like to take a moment to remember him, who unfortunately passed away this year, but we will remember him greatly. The children are represented through the fish, gulls and puffins that you can see with the parade that's just there. And there's my neighbour. I spot him, but I won't give him a shout out for GDPR reasons alone. But great to see the cyclist there. The float, they're highlighting the need for circularity for textiles with upcycling costumes and upcycled fabric. Angela Howard Martin got into me there on Facebook with a shout out to Zoe. She's a Gatorette, with the Gator Band. They're further up on Patrick Street by now, but they are delighting crowds there as well. As you can see from our camera feed, numbers are delightful. A lot of people obviously were not worried about the weather either, and you're right to do so. Beautiful day outside. Another Gator Band mom, Christine Miller-Finkel, was in touch via Facebook as well. She's also watching from Florida. We are delighted that you're all tuning in from all over the world. And Becky Armstrong from Colorado with the Grandview High School fan club will say, "Go Wolves." We'll be getting to the which is it? Lupine or Vulpine? Lupine crowd later. Don't want to give any spoilers, but we have a lot more of the parade left. Jamie Walsh has been in touch. Can we give a shout out to the Walsh family in Garryvoe? Lovely part of Cork. Of course, every part of Cork is lovely. So Kevin, Rona, Jamie and Addison, brilliant coverage of the parade. Thanks very much. We'll give the credit to the cameras and we'll say the talking is a bonus. We have there the Cork Rebel Wheelers. Great crew. Multi-sports club. 15th anniversary this year actually. So some of the founding families, if you will, of the club are leading their parade right now. They're a Cork-based sports club and they just provide opportunities for people of all ages with physical disabilities, including athletics, wheelchair basketball and rugby. Just a few weeks ago in January, the senior basketball team of the Rebel Wheelers won the National Cup Championships for the 4th year in a row, and that was the trophy you could see them carrying there. Fair play to them. I see Brendan McKinney is reaching out the hand of friendship, and he's wishing good luck to all the marching bands in today's parade. Luckily it wasn't a competition, and I'm no geographical expert, but I imagine marching from Florida all the way to Colorado would be more than a one-day trip, so maybe we could meet in the middle. I suppose it's a big day for people parading. Of course, they've been putting a lot of time and effort into preparing how they're going to do it, maybe getting their best smiles prepared, but I want to give a little personal shout out to my niece and nephew who got their first shoes during the week. So there's no better parade than toddlers working out their established roots in the houses, not just where they live, but also the people they visit the most. It's a joyous thing. So spare a thought for all the future paraders and parade attendees as well, of course. Due to the fact that I'm not a puppet or a cartoon, I don't know if they enjoy listening to me on YouTube right now, but I'd like to think they are at least in earshot. We got a tweet in there from Michelle O'Halloran. We're going to have to take a lot of these at face value. So, Hardcore Harvey, who's watching from home, we're giving you a little shout out as well. Hope you're maybe a cup of tea, perhaps. Maybe that's the kind of hardcore we're talking about. Or maybe you're working on the foundation of a hat. Of a house. I mean, got distracted there by great hats there. Cork Puppetry Company, Keolan Crack is what they're going with. 3 interactive and separate floats, each focusing on the 100 years of Ireland in stories and music. Leading the parade there is the concept of Ireland on the map. You can see the music and dance which made the country a global sensation, and a tourism titan putting Ireland on the map. You can see. I'm able to press my fancy zoom in button. There we go. Look how fancy that is. The Cork Puppetry Company, one of my favourite groups in the city, never fail to push the boat out, or in this case, push the globe out. And that globe, of course, isn't to scale, because Cork is the centre of the universe, not just that globe. So I don't know why it's moving around when it should just be one big county outline. Following that is Music in Our Roots. It's a giant tree. You can see the branches are movable. They're being run by fairies and muses that inspire, the Irish tradition, but also our folklore. Our folklore, we almost forget how important it is and how pervasive it is. That you see it scattered throughout the rest of our floats, and we don't even think of it. And then finally is Setting the Record Straight, celebrating Ireland's Eurovision dominance over the decades and the song genres we've enjoyed through the decades. And I suppose this is a good time to say best of luck to Wild Youth, who are our entrants in this year's Eurovision with We Are One. Speaking of Wild Youth, the opposite of the Wild Youth there is the CGI Girl Guides, the Catholic's Guide of Ireland. They're not computer generated. They're in Ireland for over 90 years now, and the National Chief Commissioner, Julie Donnelly, is from Cork. The organisation encouraging girls to develop into strong young women and future leaders, and they do a great job with that. Always good to remember that World Thinking Day, which is based on all the Scouts founders, is the 22nd of February, and a good way to remember that date is it is also my birthday. Happy birthday to London Cale, who's in the Gator Marching Band as well. He turns 20 while he's in Ireland. So that means he'll be in Ireland for 2 decades, technically. Happy birthday. I hope you have a great day indeed, and a great evening as well. Hello to Ashley Barker Waltman as well. Another shout out for the Grandview Wolves, who'll be joining us later. This right now is the Rotary Club. They consist of 7 different groups who all provide different charity services in Cork. Part of a 1.2 million member worldwide organisation. You can see them carrying the umbrellas and placards representing each different group. Possibly the thing that's most visibly stands out with the Rotary Club, of course, is the tree of remembrance we see every Christmas. It's always great to see them involved with things around the city throughout the year. This is their 20th year in the city, and welcome participant in this year's parade. Another shout out from the Gator Wolves Marching Band crew, from Jamie Severance Thomas. But we just have their ATMAP, the Indian Dance Troupe of Cork, Founded in 2018, it's grown faster and bigger and stronger every year. They won the Multicultural Dance Competition of Cork in 2019. It's their second time in the parade. Just there's the Neptune Basketball Club. They're based up in Blackpool. So to paraphrase Jimmy McCarthy from RTE, they've come downtown. It's their 75th anniversary this year, and we've got some of its juvenile and senior members. I like to try to work out who's who in that combination. And they're the oldest basketball club in Ireland, and the most successful club as well in Irish basketball history. Jenna Lynn, hello there. Hello to your daughter Rita and the Gator Band Tuba family. Florida once again. And Yvonne Elm Hall, the Grandview Colorado crew. I really send us in a few photos perhaps of you enjoying your cups of tea or whatever by the screens. It would be lovely to see you on Twitter or YouTube or Instagram. Always great to see you. Next up is the Connolly Dance Studios, founded quite recently, 2001 in September, by Sarah Connolly. They do modern, ballet, jazz in their competitive dance crew. They have won awards for Cork's Best Youth Group and Emerging Business Person of the Year as well. And you can see them based in Glanmire, Glenville, Knockgraha and the Lough, with students from 2 to 18. It's a very vibrant group, and fair play to the Connolly Dance Studios. And another hello to Yvonne Elm Hall, because a little guarantee from me is if you praise me directly, I'll mention you out loud. Here we go. Witamy, welcome Witamy, that's the Polish for welcome, and this is part of our Polish elements of the parade. This is the Polish school. They meet up in the North Mon Secondary School, not too far away from Neptune actually, at weekends, to help them maintain their spiritual bond to the Polish diaspora, as well as living here. But 700 students are there, and there's also a Polish library that are based there as well, with their shared books of the area. And what we see there now is that, and I have to get my hard W right here, the Wawel Dragon, also known as the Dragon of Wawel Hill. I want to thank a friend of mine, Dominica Blarney, for helping me with that, and I'd like to give a little shout out to Robbie Nelligan out there, who is a delight to meet every time, and great to see him growing up loving music and smiling, two of my favourite things. We have another birthday as well in the Gators. Matthew, he's turning 21 while he's here. And obviously between 20 and 21 are two of the best birthdays to have. When I suppose every birthday is great to have, but more energy then. So that's the Wawel Dragon, and following them is the Polish senior group based up in the Lough, Fuzzy Pau Kawi. It's the second largest foreign community in Cork City, which is more than welcome. The first foreign community, of course, is people from Kerry, but we've accepted them as well. This group meets every Thursday in the Lough Community Centre and organise different trips around Ireland. And right now we see the Bars welcome the Hurling and Football Club. There's a few dedications for here. Mrs. Lucy is saying hello to Finn and also the rest of his class from Skull and Spritnave, and also a happy birthday to Scott in that group. But also the Southlee Educate Together went to say hello to some of their school members who are part of the club. That's from Ashling and the rest of the staff there. It's great to see the Bars marching so closely then, of course, with the the Pakistani community of Cork. As you can see, one of the other longest standing organisations in Ireland. Delightful to see. And firm community. In there in the traditional costumes of Pakistan, all 4 provinces are represented: the Sindhi, Balochi, Kashmiri and the Punjabi. There's over 30,000 members of the Irish Pakistani community living in Ireland. There's a few people in the comments wondering, you will be able to watch this on playback as well, which we'll delight to host, and I might even manage to come up with an edit myself of the words I pronounced right. You might be able to get a 5-minute highlight package. We have some Chinese culture emerging to us now. It's 2023, it's the year of the rabbit, and they have been busy here. It's the UCC Confucius Society. Over 100 members there, between teachers, students, scholars and schoolgoers. Delightful to see you there. They're presenting 10 elements of performance: the dragon dance, Tai Chi, national waist drum, Beijing opera facial makeup and the concubit flute. I want to take this moment to send a hello all the way from here to Shenzhen to the Desmond brothers. Tony, a lot of us are thinking of you over there, and your brothers Cormac and Tom, and I hope St. Patrick's Day over there is a nice relaxed one. Iowa sending their hellos. Love to Brandon, the Gator Tubas as well. That's from Tad Barker. Irene Dumas there, watching in Florida as well. Proud grandparents. Lovely to see you all getting involved and partaking with us, and obviously just supporting the youth and their music. Fantastic to hear. And Simon and Paulina are their 2 favourite members. It's like a huge One Direction fan club or something, and everyone has their favourite members, but it's a great crew all around. Nick Hoffman there, happy hello to Cork and a happy St. Patrick's Day. Great parade. You ain't seen nothing yet, Nick. It's going to be a great rest of the thing as well. Oh, and Hamburg Suburbs Christian Zappel. I am a big fan of Hamburg. I go every year, representing the Indie Cork Film Festival. We might cross paths the next time I'm over there in June. We have now the Rising Sun School of Karate. Founded in 1981, has produced young champions at local, national and international level. Over 150 students there up in St. Anthony's Sports Hall in Ballinlough. They've had great success in various competitions. This year 4 students travelled to Zurich for the European Karate Championships. Sorry, I'm thinking of that episode of Friends. And also to Tokyo in October for the World Championships. Fair play to them. Now, this is where we're getting the Wolfpack, the ice and inline hockey team up in Old Christians Rugby Club. It's the largest inline club in Ireland. Both boys and girls play. They started in 1996. There's over 100 members now. and they're skating there, demonstrating their skills there. Next up is the Lions Club, the Cork Lions Club. They raise for multiple amount of charities and organisations. They raise money and awareness for over 60 years now. There's over 100 Lions clubs in Ireland. They support people at Cork with a food appeal at Christmas. The defibrillator project, which is crucial. And on Sunday, they have the ball run on Patrick's Hill, 2 o'clock, 12,000 multi-balls running down the hill, and it's fantastic. I just spoke over there the indigenous people of Biafra. Apologies, I was speaking too long. Several different counties in Ireland are involved. 7 counties have active members. They took part in the parade in 2017, and we're delighted to have them back this year with their traditional costumes and the colours of the Biafran masquerade, which was fantastic to see. Hello to Aisling Desmond, who's watching the live stream as well, and Emma is taking part in the parade. What we see here now is Spree, the Waterford-based company. They are dancing to the tune of Cloud Bursting, made famous by Kate Bush, and obviously it's a classic pop tune. Luckily there's no cloud bursting happening right now, and it's nice and dry. Another song I'd like to think of from the 80s right now is Bon Jovi's Halfway There, because that's what we are, lads. We are halfway through the parade, and it's been great so far. The music direction of this particular section, the Spree group, is by Rob O'Connor. He's composing original music pieces that are being played in sync with some of the songs that we hear, and there's plenty of performers that come down to take part. It's great. There's 4 floats of birds representing different types of music and song, disco, opera, etc. Thanks to Sam's studio, my favourite studio in the world. I don't know exactly what you're a studio of, but I'll assume it's a good thing, who are praising my commentating. I'm just being tongue-in-cheek. It's the parade itself that I'm sure you're enjoying. Hello to Bridie and Cooper from Aidan Brown, who are tuned in from home as well. I hope you are enjoying what you're seeing, guys, just as much as I am. That thumping you can hear right now is the Bowron Buchels. Reminds me of the classic Joe Mack joke about having Brian Boru's original Bowron. The skin has changed a few times and the frame has changed a few times, but it's still his original Bowron. This is a group of 56 class boys from St. Joseph's National School there in the Mardyke. They actually composed their own rhythms, so what the crowd there are hearing and seeing stuff that the kids made up themselves. They perform every year for the Lord Mayor. They also performed for the late Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip when they visited in Cork in 2011. Following them up there is the Cork Volunteer Centre, a crucial group. They help and aid so many different things that happen in the city. They're wearing their distinctive blue and pink uniform. All the volunteers there, they had a crucial support to so many things. Getting involved in the local community, helping meet new people and learning new skills. welcome again to some of our Polish friends. This is the Polish Scout Troop, the first Scout Troop in Ireland of Polish members, and they've gone on to inspire many other groups to found themselves in Ireland. They're wearing their traditional costumes and waving the traditional flag as well. There's another group on the way there. You can just see who they are. I just zoomed in so you can see the particular dresses of the Mexican community there in Cork. There's approximately 300 people from Mexico living in Cork. They first joined our parade in 2015. Right now they're dancing and performing to the melodies of Las Amarelas and Alingo Lingo. They will be finishing the pattern of dances they're doing with Viva Mexico, a hymn of brotherhood in the Hispanic world. As you can see, we're seeing elements of dances that they've prepared that they do several times over the course of the parade. It's great to see the state of Viero being represented right now. A state that they honour as well. Jenna Lynn got in touch via Facebook as well. Big hello to her daughter Rita and the rest of the Gator band. As I read that out loud, I think I said it twice, but sure, why not? It's always worth mentioning twice. So a reminder to send in any requests or shout outs you want. The hashtag is Cork St. Patrick's Fest on Twitter, or you can get us through YouTube or Facebook as well. Next up is Nemo Rangers. Over 1,000 members from the age of 4 to 18. At underage levels, under 14 and under 12s, boys and girls teams are marching today in the club colours of green and black. The 2002 was a successful year. They won several trophies at all age ranges, and the senior football championship champions, of course, of 2022. Our Hungarian friends are back. Well, this is the first part of the parade, but we had somebody tuning in quite early from the start of the live stream to say hello. I'm scrolling back to try and find it. Apologies if I can't see your name. You know who I'm talking about. Founded in 2010 with 50 pupils and 10 teachers, the Hungarian school, which meets every Sunday up in Closh Éamon Rísh, and they were singing traditional Hungarian songs and performing traditional folk dance there as they went past as well. We're seeing some lovely things on Instagram as well. I feel like I have a bit of a hive mind watching all these things going past me, but it is great to see so many people getting involved in different ways. Some requests coming in on Instagram as well, some lovely comments, thanks very much. Most of them just praising me, and I'm not afraid to read them out, but I probably should refrain from reading them out. It's not just about me. Feel free to send things in on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Next up is a swing and a miss there from the Cork Renegades, the newly established baseball club in Cork. It's got members from the Americas, Eastern Europe, Africa and everywhere in between, and they're joining the Baseball Ireland B League for 2023. They're marching in the club uniform, which consists of black shirts, black caps, black socks and white pants, and they're wearing their baseball gloves, and you can see they're doing some pitches there. It's always great to see new sports kicking off, pitching in, throwing in the city. So keep an eye out for the Renegades. If you have any questions or follow-on points, or want to learn more about any of the groups, or perhaps even try to join them, feel free to get in touch with us on Twitter or our Facebook page, and we will try and put you in touch with the people as we can. Brendan Lottie says he's getting homesick watching the parade. Well, feel free to come home, Brendan, we'll always take you. Maybe you'll make it back for next year's parade. It'd be great to see you. Also, just a shout out to particularly the children that are attending the parade, all dressed up, but obviously some grown-ups as well are festooned in green and shamrocks and face paint. It's just it always adds so much ambience and electricity to the city to see so many people just getting involved. This camera angle only catches about, I'm no good at maths, but about 3% of the overall route of the parade, so you're going to have to extrapolate how many people are here, but you can see the hats, the scarves, the crack that's all out there. We can hear them coming. Here we go, it's the Latin American community. AMDI, which stands for the Anahuac Mexican Dance Ireland. Community dance group based in Cork, celebrates Latin American dance music. They were awarded the best dance group in last year's Cork City Parade. Plenty to live up to. Fantastic energy and costumes, as you can see already. There's 14 different countries represented there: Brazil, Bolivia, Colombia, Venezuela, Mexico, Spain, Argentina, Chile, Uruguay, Paraguay, Nicaragua, Italy, Spain and France. I will be doing a test at the end of this stream to see who is listening and if anyone can name all 14 countries. They're performing Mayan, Aztec and Concheros dances to the sound of drummers playing traditional Latin American music. You see them still coming around the corner. There. Dare A. Cosperosa. Sorry, I knew I couldn't find your name, but I'm glad to be able to give you a second shout out there. Peter and Dominica Kennedy, big hello to you as well. Wolfpack Pride there from Mindy Midcap. You can see the Andy community still there. Some keepy uppies there from Brazilian representatives. And just a reminder, if anyone is watching this, for instance, on playback and took some photographs, we would love to see you share them and tag us in all those things. It's a great way to keep a record of what happened. A request in there to say hello to Grace and Teddy. They're in the Model Farm Road. That's from their mum Aisling. Just saying a big hello to you as well. And I might just take this opportunity to say hello to my granny. And he's up there in Ballinasloe. I don't know if I'm being tuned into because Cheltenham is on and the people she lives with might have taken control of the TV, but I'd like to say hello to her and I'll see you soon. Pele represented there, and one of the great urban myths is that he got his name from a priest who gave him the Irish word Pele, or Pel for football. We can never be sure, but sure, look, there's nothing stops a good story. So, Lorianne is getting History Maker. She's the first TikTok shout out I've ever been able to do on this parade. Delighted to be able to be on a 5th platform this year. YouTube comments is where it's at right now. I don't know if this is their original name, Moonlight, but the Jocelyn's would like to say hello to Seneca and Honora. Great names there. And Patty Young just came in. Shout out to the Gators marching band as well, especially to Gabe and Jesse Gilvery and Jayla Kindlespire, excuse me, I read a exclamation mark as an L there. There's a lot worse you can do. Some lovely tweets coming in there from Jenny O'Sullivan. If you look up our Twitter feed, we'd be retweeting as much as possible of the stuff of the Cork Paddy's Fest account. And Cork St. Patrick's Fest is the hashtag. A reminder that there's events going on throughout the weekend. It's not just today is the parade. So right now what you can see is the Cantonese community in Ireland promoting Cantonese culture and language, and their flower board crafting technique is what they're showing there. You can see a beautiful handmade flower board. They're singing some traditional songs and wearing traditional Cantonese dress as well, and as you can see they're combining some of the Irish colours within that. We also there have the Indian community in Cork just coming up there now. They won the Best Spirit Award in the festival 2018. And it's great to see them back. They're also proudly flying their flag, and as you can see the different banners they have are explaining different key things in their history. 2021 with a COVID vaccine. And now up is a group I'm particularly fond of is We Act. They're a group that is a campaign that celebrates charity and community groups in Ireland with a lot of Cork local youth groups. You can see St Joseph's Mayfield, so it'll be Neighbours of Mine, Skull, Community College. The Oceans Plastic Project is something that started in 2017 down in West Cork, and that whale is non-motorised, and it's pushing, it's 10 feet in length, 4 feet in height, and made entirely of recycled materials. A reminder of just how much plastic is in that seas of ours. The Cork Counselling Services are also there. They provide affordable therapy across the community for those who need it. The overall colours of Cork's We Act are yellow, pink and green, which you can see represented throughout that entire element of the float. As Paddy Young says, incredible diversity in the parade. You're absolutely right. This, as I said at the start, there's over 3,500 participants in this year's parade, and of course everyone is taking part with a volunteer mindset. And of course I must applaud the Cork City Council, who I am obviously working for, but they didn't put this in the contract to say thank you to them. They did some great work putting this together, from just the admin, the road closures, the IT department who are hosting this. A great job, one and all. Thank you very much. This is the Cork Judo Club. A lot of them are wearing their judo gi uniforms. You can see the different belts that they've won over, or earned, excuse me. The instruction is given by the black belts, and the atmosphere is welcoming. So understanding the sport is there for everyone is a key element for them. Focusing on throwing, pinning and submission techniques. What we have there is the Edo community in Cork. The centre of Nigeria's rubber industry is the state of Edo, the Edo state. I'm just reflecting on that so many tyre companies were based in Cork. Dunlops, of course, associated with Fords, and that the rubber industry, that these waves of connections still continue coming. We always forget also just how big Nigeria is as a state. There's over 8 million people just in the state of Edo, and this is represented in their rich cultural heritage in Cork. Founded in 2007, the aim is to unite all the Edo people living in Cork and preserve their heritage and culture. Next up, this camera feed has a great view, but right now I think you'll also agree it's a grand view. It's the Grandview High School over from Colorado. Delightful to welcome them. So many people lighting up the texts in the YouTube and Facebook. Probably don't have enough time to say them all. In fact, I'll stop talking so we can hear them for a few moments. So the well-known song of I Want You Back, and we certainly want you all back. To the Grandview High School Wolf Pride, founded in 2010. They've been playing school football games, etc., all over Colorado, and this is their first ever international performance. There's students there between the ages of 14 and 18, led by the drum majors of Alissa Chow and Quinn Dooley, and they're playing a mix of songs as we go up the course of the parade, including I Want You Back and Hey Ma, I Made It by Panic at the Disco, and not just their ma, but their pa's, grandmas, and basically quoting things I've heard in the Waltons there. But one very proud set of families, stepmoms, never forget them as well, the grannies, Florida, Colorado, you're all well represented. It's great to have you here. Keep sending in those requests. I have, by my count, 14 floats left to message, so we'd love to give you a shout out. Joe Kern says the Florida Gator Band would like to say to the Grandview High School Marching Band that they did a great job. Maybe we'll hear some sort of collaboration comes out of this festival, and we get let their powers combine, as Captain Planet put it. What we have here now is Life FM, one of the community radio stations broadcasting in Cork, 93.1 FM. It's a station that all the Christian churches in Cork are able to partake in, and it's obviously not just for people who are in various churches. They're singing gospel songs down there and emphasising their beliefs, and their t-shirts would be wearing the same. Tad Barker, Gina Lynn in from the Facebook messages as well. Very proud families, and we're very proud to host them. There we have the Rebel Circus Factory Cork Teens group. It's April 15th is World Circus Day. Put that in your diaries. There's some events happening, well, I suppose obviously all over the world. This group you see there has 14 members aged between 13 and 16. They only formed in January, but they're already in a parade, which is great. They're the Circus Factory's newest skills, and this is their street debut. And Primetime, the shop there on Washington Street, are supporting them. That's the Cork BMX Club as well, based in Tramore Valley. They're great. They've members from the age of 4 up, 80 members, male and female, and we can see them actually doing some different stunts and wheelies on their bikes. I asked could I make some bike puns, and their spokesman said no. Coming into a general bikes section now, with cycling for all Cork, following these guys up. James Morales on the YouTube, and Mindy Midcap again, saying go Wolves, go Grandview. It is delightful to have such support. My voice doesn't always lend itself to saying supportive things. It sounds like I'm being sarcastic, but I certainly am. It's great to meet them. I might even meet some of you later. I believe there is follow-on gigs around the streets by the marching bands. You know, here's Cycling for Cork, a voluntary group, Cycling for All Cork. There was a response to the request by Visibly and physically impaired people who missed out about being able to go cycling around the city because of their disability. You'll see some tandem bikes there, and they're called stokers is another term for them. So riding in tandem means people of different abilities all get to enjoy the joy of cycling around Cork City. Bella Dot Runs has asked me to say hello to the Gator Band as well. I hope I've pronounced that right. But the real name is in front of me anyway, so we know who it's from. Here is the Cork Community Art League. One of the anything that happens performance-wise in the street with any parades in Cork now, the Art Link are synonymous with them. The 30 years of making arts, 22 years in this particular parade. They also drive the Dragon of Shandon, which is also well worth supporting, of course. What we see right there is the Blackpool Express, made by and inspired by the tales of people from the area, expressing their old culture, their new cultures, the social barriers, and challenging the limits of art. This particular float is in collaboration with different community groups, such as the Blackpool Community Access Programme, the National Learning Network, the Hope Foundation, Hope's Cork Community Art Link Drama Group, and Open Text. It's been built from a lot of open door workshops, which is an incredible way for the community to be involved, and that's of course what parades specifically for. Nicole Garrow is asking for a shout out for Melanie Garrow. No problem, you didn't even have to put in a please. We'd be delighted to do it, part of the Gator Band as well. Thanks to the City of Cork for being such wonderful hosts. Well, that's what we like to do. We are a city of welcomes. Still there at the Cork Community Art Link. There, as you can see, lovely portraits there with people with their head in. Michael J. represented, Michael Higgins, the President of Ireland. Group now coming up that have sort of two names. We've Falun Dafa, as it says on the banner they're holding, also known as Falun Gong. It's a meditation-led group. It's hard to celebrate and practice meditation in the middle of a parade, but fair play, they're doing the best they can. They're providing traditional Chinese costumes with their music and dance and celebrating banners. The female members are dancing the lotus flower dance and the fan dance. Several members of the group are also demonstrating Falun Gong exercises to the crowd participants. Another birthday shout out there to Melissa down in Cove, down at the other end of the train line. I hope you're having a delightful birthday. I hope you get spoiled rotten. That's only fair when it's your birthday, particularly when the whole country is taking a national holiday to celebrate. Big shout out all the way to Bellingham, I always get this wrong, northwest state, is it? The lower 48? Anyway, big hello to Bellingham, my friend Robert, all the way over there. Hopefully we'll see you bringing your instrument of steel and string and steel and wood, coming over singing your songs, but today he's just getting ready for his music session, his traditional annual Irish music session that's on at 5 p.m. their time, and he does a great live stream that I might share in a personal capacity. If you want to track me down on Facebook, I'll be sitting down with my cup of Barry's tea after a long day, enjoying their live stream, I hope. We've just enjoyed some time there to enjoy the truthfulness, compassion and tolerance that Falun Gong need to be proponents of. It's good to always take a moment, even at the busiest of times, isn't it? Accelerated dance studio, taking part in their very first Cork Street Parade, Cork St. Patrick's Day Parade, first time in the street here. Owned by Megan Blythe, accelerated dance and open dance. For students 3 plus lots of adults. There's 20 pieces there. So there's 20 people there performing a dance piece which is choreographed by Eva James and Saib Gash. They're using the opportunity of dancing to the beats and rhythms of one of the most beloved bits of Cork, which it's the Barraca. 1837 they were founded. It's the Barrack Street Band. I'm aware that the fashion police must have heard of me and they're coming for me, I think, but I'll speak over the sirens. The Barraca there we can see integral part of the cultural fabric of Cork. Some people might remember that even played with the Franklin Walters. Huge contribution to the musical life of Cork City. Generations of people have played with them. They've been playing in the St. Patrick's Day Parade since 1889, which is older than some of my jokes, in fact. And obviously, in recent years, they've partnered with Music Generation, which is a great example of staples of Cork and Irish culture adapting and evolving. So I do want to thank everyone for all the requests that were coming in. Really appreciate it. My name's Ronan. You can follow me simply on all the social medias. Ronan from Cork is me. All the people tuning in on YouTube. If you ever come to Cork, I'm a tour guide. I'm a fan of Cork, I'm an enthusiast of Cork, I'm an enthusiast of everything we've seen over the last 2 hours. But I do walking tours. I'm not as exciting as a marching band, and I don't have the pace of a marching band, but I think you'd enjoy what I do. I can zoom in there on the Barraca Street Band, actually, yes I can. There we go, see some members. And in the background you can see coming up to the end of the parade, which is Frontline Emergency and Security Service Area 4. So we started with the blood bikes, and we now have one of the other most crucial parts. And some final requests, I just want to throw them out. I want to send one to Kilbarry and Macroom. Happy birthday to Eileen McSweeney. And from all your family, we hope you have a great day. That's from Kay. And then a shout out to Laura and Aoife out in Farn Woods. One of my, I don't know if I'm allowed to do product placements. They might ban me for 364 days of doing live streams, but hello there. Perked up, lovely coffee and treats there in Farn Woods. Well worth a visit. Tell you what, let's have my after party out there. But what we have right there now, so I should be breaking it down further. We still have the Barraca band playing. The Emergency Services of Ireland, they've worked tirelessly forever since day one. Anyway, we know that, but obviously in recent years becoming more and more to the fore. Set up by a retired school teacher, Seamus O'Neill, the Frontline Emergency and Security Service ERA Forum. It's a non-profit organisation made up with volunteers from all the frontline services. They organise events to show their appreciation and also fostering greater collaboration between the services. It's because we don't have a singular day to show our respect and admiration for the emergency services from the public. This is one way of showing it. People clapping and waving and even just taking photographs. And then finally, the Cork City Fire Service. You can see one of their oldest vehicles and some of their newest vehicles. There are two in the parade. It's an old water tender, and on top of that is 5 of the probationers. The newest probationers on one of the oldest vehicles, and followed in the fleet. I'm going to zoom in on that because it is pretty cool. There you can see it, the newest and the oldest. And also want to say hello and welcome to some of the different fighting crews from around the world that are actually I've met socially around Cork that came over before this week. So I'm sort of coming to the end of what I do. I'm getting ready to go back amongst the public and soak in the rest of Patrick's Day. There's some great music on all over the city. You can follow the Lee Sessions or go to our website www.corkstpatricksfestival.ie, and of course Cork City Council, which supports music all year round. The Patrick's Day Parade is a central part of it, but certainly not the only part of it. The Great Ball Run is on Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock. St. Patrick's Hill Ball Run, if you go to the corklionsclub.ie for more information. It's a great fundraiser. And there's Hysterical Histories on, which is a dinner and jam-packed entertainment in the Bodega, if you go to hystericalhistories.ie. And then there's traditional storytelling if you go to franwellbar.com, the Franciscan Well. And I'll just get my times right. Yes, it's from 4:30 till 6, so that is, families can go to it. If you liked what I did, please feel free to say that in your comments, because it helps the powers that be realise that I'm the guy for the job. Once again, if you like what I do, you can follow me at Ronan from Cork on all the social media. Follow me for news and tours and incredible insights. And I want to thank everybody for making this all happen. my colleague on the main grandstand will have a while left, Laura Manny from Red FM, but I'm grateful to have done the first leg of the tour and for the people worldwide. So I'm going to jump right back into the YouTube comments there. Louis Mandis, excuse me. Very proud of the Sunshine Band, especially his granddaughter Al. Happy St. Patrick's Day from Roger Still from in NYC. Right back at you. Feel free to bring me over, Roger. I'll MC something over there. Always a good reason to go to New York City. Elise Colledy, thanks very much for the amazing commentary throughout. I'll send that 50 euro to say thanks for your comment there. Beautiful parade from the Caseys as well, for Melissa. Been a great day. So there we go, as it passes. Thanks very much, everybody. I hope you have a great parade, St. Patrick's Day to yourselves. If this is your first time looking at Cork via the live stream, I tell you, the live stream looks great, but the city in person looks even better. There we go, some of our bonus volunteer firefighters, fair play to them, and some guards, the umbrellas, and thanks everybody. Have a great rest of the day. Thank you. And hello to Angela Howard Martin. Delightful 2 hours. That's only the parade. There's hours of it left. The Gator Band Fan Club will... So as all of Cork has to go to Florida and Colorado for next year's parade, it's only fair you have to invite us over now. Thanks everyone. Bye.